Kim. Thank you for joining me for Open Level Yoga. So we'll start in child's pose, knees as wide as the mat, hips softening down towards your heels. If you have very tight hamstrings or any issues in your knees, you might want to place a blanket or a block behind your thighs to help bring the heels to you. When you're ready, hands walk forward, chest softens towards the mat, third eye towards the earth. Starting right away with a few deep cleansing breaths in through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. In through the nose. And let it go. One more. And let it go. Coming into a natural pattern of breath, whatever that feels like for you. And just begin to notice, observe, without force, with openness, without resistance, with compassion, without control, with love. And we'll notice how with each breath and with each moment in this pause, in this stillness, maybe our body begins to soften. And maybe our mind does as well. Maybe as we breathe deeper and slower, our thoughts start to become more distant, more slow. Our words to ourselves start to become kinder, more loving. And breathing here, we'll press our palms into the mat and walk the hands off to the right side. Keep your right hand grounded. Peel your left arm open to the sky. Lower down the left hand to meet the right. Left hand stays grounded, right arm peels back. Right hand lowers. Inhale takes us through center and off to the left on the exhale. Left hand stays grounded, right arm peels back. Right hand grounds. Right hand stays planted, left arm peels back. Left hand grounds. Walk the hands back through center and up towards your pelvis as we rise up, head over, heart over hips. Arms reach out wide. Biceps by the ears, interlace the palms, press them high to the sky. Toes are still connected. Let's lift our hips off of our heels and press our hips forward. Draw the palms forward as we sink the seat back towards the heels and twist off to the right. Coming back through center. Inhale lifts our hips, presses them forward, arms high to the sky. Exhale lowers heels towards the glutes. Deep breath in, prepare. On the exhale, we twist to the left and center. Press those hips forward and up. Bring the hands behind your head. Elbows wide. Start to let your head be heavy. Maybe your gaze draws up as you press your hips forward and then come through neutral. Hands release down to the mat, shoulders over wrists, and we'll bring our toes to tuck as we bring the knees underneath our hips. So we're in this yoga tabletop pose. Soften through your belly, draw your shoulder blades towards one another. Feel your tailbone lift. And think about the thumbs drawing towards one another in the mat and the heels pulling back towards your knees as your heart shines forward through your arms. Then round, start to feel your tailbone begin to tuck as you pull your ribs and belly up and in. We round through the spine, drawing chin to chest, finding flexion in our back, our cat pose. Start to engage the belly again, lifting through the tailbone, dropping the belly, feeling the shoulder blades start to squeeze towards one another, and then your heart pulls forward. Rounding through the tailbone, keeping the belly firm here, squeezing that navel up and in, ribs towards one another and down towards the pelvis as the chin begins to tuck, gazing back between your knees. One more like that. Soften your belly, lift your tailbone, heart shines forward. We find that nice little arch. And then round through the tailbone, curve through the spine, chin to chest. Nice flat back. Crown's drawing towards me, sit bones are drawing back. Let's sink the seat back towards the heels, tucking the toes. Inhale, we round chin to chest, ripple forward in that rounded spine. Untuck the toes. Drop the belly, lift the chest. Flatten through the back, tuck the toes. Draw your seat back towards your heels. Round through the spine, shoulders past the wrists. Untuck the toes, drop the belly, lift your heart. Option to stay with this, or the next time your hips come back towards your heels, walk your hands forward about one hand print. From here, round chin to chest, ripple forward. Untuck your toes, and as you do, the hips start to soften towards the mat as your heart begins to shine forward. Micro bend in the elbows, start to lift through your tailbone, and then straighten through your back as your hips come back towards your heels. Two more like that. So we're really getting into the spine, into the energy centers of our body. Soften those hips down, open your heart forward, micro bend in those elbows, lift through the tail, straighten through the spine, hips back towards the heels. Last one, round and ripple, shoulders over wrists, hips soften down towards the earth, heart shines, elbows bend, tailbone lifts, we arch, toes tuck, hips back towards the heels, nice flat back. Gaze draws forward, knees lift, hips back towards the heels and then up to the sky. Walk the feet in about 1 footprint or so, as much as you need for the feet to ground. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat as the right arm threads under for the outside of the left calf. If you want to deepen this stretch, bend your right elbow, gaze under your left armpit. One more breath here. Release the bind. Right hand comes down. Left arm threads under for the outside of the right calf. From here, you can bend that left elbow, start to gaze underneath the right armpit as you twist to the right. And center. Left hand comes to meet the right. Gaze draws forward, walk, step, or hop your feet to your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to draw your rib cage down towards your thighs. Wrapping the arms behind the thighs, take hold of opposite elbows. Take a gentle rock forward and back, shifting the weight from the heels of your feet to the toes of your feet, and the heels of your feet to the toes of your feet. And as you're doing this, see if you can release any tension in your neck by allowing your crown to draw down towards the earth, gazing back between your calves. Next time the weight comes into our heels, we'll release the grip on our forearms. Weight stays in the heels as we bend into the knees, softening through the hips, reaching the arms forward. Send that seat back. Knees are over ankles. Spine is long. If we can't see our big toes, see if you can shift that weight back slightly and see if you can sink that booty a little lower. If you're feeling an arch in your back like this, give a gentle tuck of your pelvis and pull your ribs towards one another. From here, right elbow bends, right heel lifts. We reach that right arm back, thumb down, palm towards the midline. Heel grounds, elbow in, reach towards the front of the mat. Left heel bends, left elbow in, reach that arm back, draw it in, lower the heel, reach it forward. One more. in, reach, in, reach. Other side, in, reach, in, reach. Interlace the palms, press them forward. Root down through your heels to rise up high to the sky. Head over, heart over hips. Bring that interlace to the back of the skull. Elbows press back. Maybe bring the weight into the heels of your feet as you press your thighs and hips forward, lifting your heart towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Rise on up through neutral. Arms sweep out and up. Breathe it in. Exhale, firm the belly, hinge at the hips, lead with your heart. Hands plant on the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to for your hands to reach the earth. Left foot steps back. Left hand comes inside the right foot. Right arm peels high to the sky. Now I want you to think about that twist coming from the center of the belly, not from the hips. So if you feel yourself dipping like that, that's not our easy twist. Left hip stays level. We take from the diaphragm, bring that right hand to the center of the belly, and then twist towards the bent leg. Keep the shoulder blades on your back. We're here. And then lower your right hand to frame out the right foot. Lower down your left knee, untuck the toes. Sweep those arms forward and up. So in your low lunge or Anjaneyasana, think about rooted through your heel, your toe, inner and outer arch. Your heel is like it's energetically dragging back towards your back knee, while your knee and thigh are like they're energetically drawing forward towards your front heel. From here, if you need more space, you can release your hands, tuck the back toes, lift the back leg, and slide that heel back to find a little more space. Wherever you are, you want to think about your hips being level, softening towards the earth. Head over, heart over hips. Core is closed, firm, strong. From here, arms reach high to the sky. Lock the thumbs, palms face forward. On the exhale, we hinge to the right and center and left and center. Arms come forward, palms face down. We twist to the right and center and left and center. Interlace the palms, reach them forward, and then turn them towards the heart. As you do, hips draw back over that left knee, right leg straightens as we flex the toes, hinging at the hips. Butt back, crown forward, nice flat back. Palms press forward as we bend into the knee, foot grounds, palms face up. Palms come forward, palms towards the heart, elbows wide, hips back, straighten the leg, hinge forward. One more, ground the foot, bend the knee, press it forward and up. Press it forward, draw that energy into the heart as the hips draw back. We bow in devotion, half split. Next time we ground that right foot, hands come to frame it out. Left toes ground, left knee lifts. Walk that back foot in halfway. Ground the foot on a diagonal, hips still square. Arms sweep back behind you. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. Really reach those fingers back. And then rise up, keeping the bend in the front knee, keeping your lower half silent. Torso lifts, arms rise. Cactus through the arms, bend at the elbows. And then reach those hands down to your sides. Palms meet. Maybe we interlace the hands or grab for opposite elbows. Draw knuckles towards the earth. And on your exhale, hinge at the hips. Draw your heart forward. As we draw the knuckles high to the sky. That right elbow is coming inside the knee. We're gazing back at the left heel. And we're breathing deep. Bringing that interlace to the base of the back. We'll release the hands to frame out the right foot. Walk the hands forward about 1 footprint and start to shift your shoulders over your wrists. So weights drawing forward. That left heel will begin to lift. When you feel strong and steady here, squeeze into that left glute as you lift the left heel in line with the hip, maybe straightening through the right leg. Option to stay here and step it forward, or float your hands to heart center and then step it forward, coming back into that low squat. We'll meet back where we started this series. Chair squat. Hands interlace, draw them forward. Drive through the heels of your feet as we root to rise all the way up. Release the interlace, hinge at the hips, fold it down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Right hand inside the left foot, hips stay level. Left hand to the diaphragm, twist to the left. Feel your shoulders stack. Maybe you reach that left arm high to the sky. Left knee is tracking over left ankle. Right heel is pressing to the back wall. Thighs are energetically hugging towards one another as we're rotating to the left. Slowly bring that left hand to frame out the foot. Lower down the right knee. Untuck the toes. Arms sweep forward and up. Breathe it in. Do you have enough room? Do you need to make an adjustment? This is your journey. Decide where you need to be. Once you've arrived, thumbs meet, biceps hug the ears. Breathe it in. Hinge to the left on the exhale. Inhale takes you through center. Hinge to the right on the exhale. Inhale through center. Arms come forward on the exhale. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades onto the back. Exhale, we twist left. And center. And right. And center. Arms reach forward and up. Breathe it in. On the exhale, arms come forward. Elbows hug in towards the rib cage. We'll reach those arms back as the hips come over the knee. We straighten the leg, flexing the toes. Plant the foot, bend into the knee. Stack those joints again as we sweep the arms forward and up. Reach the arms forward. Hips over back knee. Front leg straightens, toes flex, arms back. One more round. Grounding the foot, rising up. Reaching it forward, sending those hips back as we straighten the legs. And then grounding the foot. Arms reach up. Pour your heart forward, frame out your left foot. Right toes tuck, right knee lifts. Step that back foot in halfway. So lower body stays silent, hips are level. Heel to heel alignment. If this is hard for you to balance, I want you to think about hugging that front heel back and that back arch forward. So we're creating this container of energy towards the midline. So if someone came and pushed, no one could knock you over. Joints are stacked. We are strong. Rise up. Goddess through the arms, elbows out, shoulder blades kiss. Reach those arms down to the sides. Palms face back, draw them towards one another. Interlace the opposite way, knuckles towards the earth. Deep breath in, heart lifts, shoulders away from the ears. On the exhale, we hinge at the hips, draw it forward, humble warrior. Allow those knuckles to come up to the sky. I want you to think about keeping the heels of your palms connected. If that feels like a lot, we can always bring that interlace to the base of the back, or we can take hold of opposite elbows. Wherever you are, we've got one more breath. We'll all bring that interlace to the low back. Release the hands. Let those arms hang like dead weight down, framing out the left leg. From here, walk the fingers forward about one footprint. Start to draw your weight forward, shoulders over wrists, so that right heel starts to lift. Left standing leg is strong. Hip over knee, over ankle. We lift that right heel in line with the glute, keeping those hips square. Option to stay here and step forward, or test your balance by bringing the hands to heart center and then step it forward. We root to rise all the way up. Hands through heart center, Samastiti. Take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. 3 deep cleansing breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more. We'll bring our hands down to our sides. Mountain pose. Arms reach up high to the sky, biceps hug the ears. Weight comes into the heels, bend the knees, sink the seat. Hands come to heart center. Left toes step back this time. Keep the heel lifted if you can. Thumbs lock, arms reach forward and up. Think about the thighs energetically moving towards one another and the spine staying nice and long, stacking head over heart over hips, all centered. On your exhale, we'll hinge towards the right, so towards the bent leg. And then inhale, center. Exhale, hinge to the left and center. Arms come forward, palms face down. Elbows hug out away from one another. So we're just locking those thumbs and drawing the elbows away. And then twist to the right. Inhale, center. Twist to the left and ground the back foot. So left foot grounds, arms come out wide. So we've got our heel lined up with our heel, or our heel lined up with our inner arch. Depends on your body. That front knee is tracking right over the ankle. We should be able to see our big and second toe. If not, see if you can draw that knee out towards the pinky edge. Now, if you feel this in your knee or your ankle, you might want to think about shortening your stance. And same thing as before, squeezing the heel and the inner arch energetically towards one another. So we're bringing more support into the inner thighs, and you're not just relying on the outer legs for this. Lower half is strong and steady. Right palm faces up. Upper body is light and airy. We reach forward. Bring that energy up and back. Left arm sweeps behind you for the right hip pocket, right arm over ear. Unravel. We hinge to the right. Right arm comes under the belly. Fingers towards the back as the left arm comes over ear. Right back up. We find that piece. As the left arm wraps and the right arm comes over ear, if you want a little more, you can lift that right heel. Lower down the heel, come through warrior two. Lift the heel as that right arm sweeps under the belly, left arm over ear. Two more like that. We lower in our warrior. We lift as we find peace. We lower in our warrior. We lift as we find side angle. We lower in our warrior. One more piece. Left arm back, right arm over ear. Arms wide, warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Right arm under the belly, left arm over ear. Let's lower down the heel, arms come wide. Hinge into that right side body. Right forearm to the thigh. Left arm high to the sky. Options here. Left arm can come over ear. Draw that shoulder blade onto the back if you're going there. We can reach that right arm straight forward, or we can reach it out by the ear. Be where you are. Keep the chest open so those right ribs are scooping forward. That left shoulder is drawing back. And then bring this all the way up and back, straight through the right leg. Left arm down the leg, right arm over ear. Arms come out wide, warrior two. Taking a dance, palms face up. Legs straighten, arms lift. Prayer hands at heart center. Open the arms wide, bend into the knee. Option to add on. Next time we straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Maybe we flex the right toes high to the sky. Notice how that feels in your hamstring and your heel. Lowering down the toes, bending into the knee. Arms come wide. Adding on. Palms face up. We straighten, we flex. Maybe as the hands come through heart center, we bend into that left knee. So the left knee is now tracking over the left ankle as the seat is drawing back and down, feeling a nice stretch through that right leg. Keep pressing the heel into the mat. Keep drawing the toes to the sky. This is our Skandasana. How slow can you find your warrior two? One more, your way. Palms up, we straighten. Maybe we flex, maybe we Skandasana. And warrior two. Hands to heart center, straighten the legs, turn your toes towards the long edge of the mat. Hands to your hips, firm your belly, bow halfway. Arms come out to a T. On the exhale, left fingers dust the mat, right arm to the sky. If this feels like a lot, that left hand can stay grounded as the right arm reaches to the sky. If you're in that lifted pose, keep the belly firm. Wherever you are, we come through center, flat back, butt back. We twist. Right hand dusts or right hand plants. Left arm's up. We flatten. We twist. We flatten. We twist. We flatten. We twist. Next time we flatten, hands plant. Weight comes into the toes as the heels spin in, toes out, bend into the knees, sink that seat back. Draw your elbows back into your thighs. Hands come to Hakini Mudra, so the fingertips are touching, but the heels of the palms are separated. Press those thighs back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. This is our camper squat. And then rise up, goddess. So knees are over the ankles, knees are pressing back towards the pinkies, elbows in line with the shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another, lift your heart, and then round, palms meet chin to chest. Maybe we lift that right heel off the mat. Open it up, lower down the heel. As we close those drapes, maybe we lift the left heel off the mat. One more each side. And ground, and lift, and ground. Everything comes along. Hands to your hips. Left toes towards the long edge of the mat. Right toes towards me. Keep that left hand on your hip. Draw it back. Right arm reaches forward. We inhale and reach, and inhale and reach, and inhale and reach. On the exhale, we hinge. Right hand down, left arm up. Think about your body like a clock. You're at 6 and 12. Then press your hips forward, lean back like there's a wall that's going to catch you. Bend into your right knee. Bring that hand all the way inside the foot. Left hand comes to meet it. Left heel lifts. Press that heel back and lower down your knee. Untuck your toes. Walk that right foot to the long edge of the mat. Plant your hands. I want you to think about pressing into the first and second toe of the top of the back foot. So we're not sickling. And from here, take a gentle tilt of your chest forward and your tailbone up and back to extend through the spine. Breathing here. The knee is drawing in towards the tricep as the triceps pressing out towards the knee. We've got 3, we've got 2, and we've got 1. Back toes tuck, back knee lifts. Walk that back foot in halfway. Right hand stays where it is, left arm peels high to the sky. Left hand grounds, heel toe that right foot between the hands. Walk the fingers forward, weight shifts forward, left heel lifts. This time we lift the toes, heels in line with hips. Maybe we keep the hands grounded, maybe we bring them to heart center. This time rising all the way up to stand. Left knee draws in front of the hip, flexing the foot, strong and stable. Cross left ankle over right, line up your pinky toes. Thumbs lock, arms lift. Elbows bend out wide as we sit in our chair with our twisted legs. Gentle tuck of the pelvis, thighs hugging towards one another. We breathe. And then everything comes tall and strong. Unravel. Hands at your side. Gentle rock side to side. Tapping opposite shoulder, opposite hip. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. 2 more. Coming through center, feel that energy wash over you. And then sweep those arms up. Breathe it in. Exhale, hinge and fold. Notice the difference between your sides. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Sink the seat. Reach those arms forward and up. Hands to heart center. Right foot steps back this time. Lock the thumbs, reach the arms forward and up. Bend at the elbows, draw them out to the sides. And then biceps come by the ears, arms long and strong. On the exhale, we hinge to the left. Breathe it in through center. Exhale, hinge to the right. Breathe it in through center. Arms come forward. Bend at the elbows, squeeze them out to the sides. On the twist, we go to the left. And center. And right. Releasing that right foot out, arms come out wide. Check in with your foundation. Joints are stacked, heel to arch alignment, squeezing towards one another. Bottom is solid, top is light. Left palm faces up, reach towards the front of the mat. Bring it up and back, right arm wraps for the front hip pocket. Relax those shoulders away from your ears. And breath with movement. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, left arm sweeps under belly, right arm sweeps over ear. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, find peace, right arm back, left arm up. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, sweep. You've got this, just a couple more. Seeing if you can brace the flow, if you can find trust to go with what the tides are carrying towards you, and trust that what leaves you is what the tides are carrying away from you to make space for your dreams. One more. Over and up and back. We'll bring those arms out to a T. Palms face up. Straighten through your legs, hands meet overhead. Bring those hands into heart center. We bend into your left knee, arms come wide, warrior two. Adding on, palms up, arms up. As we straighten through the legs, maybe we flex the left toes. Hands come through heart center, we lower down the toes. Arms come wide. Again, adding on, palms face up, toes lift. Maybe we bend into that right knee, sinking the seat back and down. How slow can you find your warrior? Grounding the foot, bending the knee. Palms up, legs straightens, toes flex. Right knee bends, seat draws back and down. And we come right back home to that warrior two. Left forearm towards the thigh, right arm over ear. Maybe this is where we stay. Maybe we reach that left arm forward or all the way by the ear. If you feel yourself dumping, closing off your heart, I want you to think about scooping those left ribs up as you draw that right shoulder back. That's going to keep you nice and open, keep your shoulders and hips nice and stacked. We'll bring it all the way up and back. Right hand down the back leg, left arm over ear as we straighten through the legs. And arms come out wide to a T. Weight comes into the heel as the toes spin towards the wall. Left shoulder rolls up, back, and down. Heel of the hand to your lower back, fingers down the meat of your seat. Same with the right. We'll draw those elbows towards one another and start to press the hips forward as we lift our chest to the sky. Coming back through neutral. Hinge at the hips. Bow halfway. Rise on up. Weight comes into the toes, heels in, toes out, arms come out wide. Bend the knees, press the thighs back. Gentle tuck of the pelvis if you feel your low back arching. We'll hinge to the right side. So think about that 6 and 12 on a clock, but think about keeping the chest really nice and open. And center, and left, and center. Two more like that, or maybe as we come to the right, we lift that right heel, continuing to isolate this movement into the top body with those lateral side bends. Lower the heel coming through center. Lift the left heel as we hinge to the left. Lower the left heel as we rise up. Last one. Down and up and hinge and rise. Arms stay wide, legs straighten. Left toes towards the top of the mat. Right toes towards the long edge of the mat. Right hand comes to that right hip, draw it back. Reach the left fingers for the front of the mat. Inhale, reach, inhale, hinge. Lean back, press those hips forward. Breathe. Bend into your front knee, warrior two. Lower down that left hand inside the foot, right arm high to the sky. Reach that right arm down to meet the left. Right heel lifts. Heel toe that left foot off to the long edge of the mat, lowering down your back knee, untucking your toes. So you can see better on this side. My knee is over my ankle. My back knee is in line with my hip. My top of the foot is planted into the mat, and I'm driving the knee in towards my tricep out towards the knee. You can't even see my arm because it's like one long limb connected and strong, driving into one another here. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. Tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee. Heel toe, that foot in between the hands. Walk that back foot in halfway. Sweep those arms back and root to rise all the way up. Hinge at the hips, frame out the front foot. Walk the hands forward. Shift your weight forward. Start to feel that left leg straighten, the right heel lift. Flex the toes, lift the right heel in line with the glute. Breathing here. Micro bend in that left knee not to lock out the leg, hands to heart center. Root through the strong standing leg as the right knee comes up in line with the hip. Step right foot over left. Line up the pinky toes, hips square towards the front of the room. Lock the thumbs, rise up. Breathe. Elbows come out wide. We keep that lock as we sink the seat, bending at the knees, squeezing the thighs towards one another. Breathe. Straighten through the legs, unravel. Hands to your sides. Arms sweep out and up. Breathe in. Hinge and fold. Stepping back with your left foot and your right. Knees come as wide as the mat, toes touch. Hips back towards your heels. Sweep your hips off to the right. Forward, maybe softening them down towards the earth. Off to the left and back. 2 more. And 1. And the next time we come back, we'll take a moment of pause and change the direction of those circles. Off to the left, forward, side, back. 2 more. And 1. And drawing the knees underneath the hips, walking your hands forward, keeping the seat high, softening your chest down towards the mat. Bending into the elbows, sliding it forward, coming onto your bellies. Heart lifts. Left arm straightens, feed your right arm underneath the left, coming onto your right shoulder. That left arm reaches up to the sky. Ooh. Lowering down the left hand, forearm plants, right arm unthreads. Right arm straightens, left arm threads underneath the right armpit. Shoulder comes to the mat. Maybe that right arm peels up. That right hip can lift. And ground it down. Coming onto your backs, Flapasana. Bringing your feet as wide as the mat, knees tented. And give a gentle rock, side to side. 1 more. Coming through stillness. Heel toe the feet in line with your hips. Right leg comes high to the sky. Point your toes. Sweep your hands to catch your calf or your thigh. Draw that shape back. Now think about your left heel pressing into the mat as your right thigh draws back towards your chest. We'll bring the heel back over the hip, flexing the toes, cross right ankle over left thigh, give a gentle press. Option to stay here or arms come to cactus, palms face up. And take a gentle rock side to side. Feel your hips and back loosen here. If this feels good and you want more, keep your shoulders grounded and allow the knees to fall all the way off to the right side. Maybe your gaze draws all the way off to the left side. Breathing here for 3, for 2, for 1. We'll bring it back through center. Right leg reaches back high to the sky. Left leg comes up to meet it. Think about pressing those heels up like there's a wall or a box or a ceiling right above you that you're pressing into, so you can really straighten through that whole bone, feeling the hip to the knee, to the ankle, to the heel, all one line of energy. And when you're ready, right foot grounds, keep that knee tented. Point and flex your left toes. And the next time it points, sweep those hands to catch your calf or your thigh. See if you can draw that shape a little closer to the chest on each exhale. And really press into the right heel so you're still feeling some activation behind that right leg, that right glute. And then we'll release the hands to cactus. Left heel above the knee, above the hip. Turn those toes out to the side. Cross ankle over thigh. Gentle rock side to side. And when you're ready, allow the knees to fall off onto the left side. Keeping your shoulders grounded, giving a gaze off your right elbow. And take another breath or 2. And then return back through center, hugging that left knee into the chest with your left hand, right knee into the chest with your right hand, drawing the knees out towards the armpits. We can stay here in our modified happy baby, or peace fingers to the big toes, or hands to the outer edges of the feet. Keeping your shoulders grounded. If this feels good, you can stay right here, or if you want full happy baby, knees towards the armpits, heels towards the sky. Take a gentle rock side to side. Maybe you just stay in stillness. And taking any final movements that your body is craving. Otherwise, we'll come through stillness, releasing our legs high to the sky, arms down to our sides. Left foot on the long edge of the mat. Right foot on the long edge of the mat. Knees fall in towards one another, softening through your low back, your shoulders. You can close class here or traditional Savasana. Left leg comes long on the mat. Right leg comes long on the mat. Palms face up. Invite your body to take what it needs. Give it permission to be safe, to be still. There's no work that needs to be done here. This time is for you. We close one cycle so that we can begin a new cycle. When we treat our endings like new beginnings, we invite in trust, we invite in hope, we invite in compassion and love, because we know that pain ends and peace exists. Some parts of our body might feel heavy. Maybe it's our mind, our heart, our legs, our arms. But even within the depths of the ocean, there is peace among the chaos. And that's no different with you. Even in the moments of chaos, of highly charged situations, of the fast pace of life, when we invite ourselves to pause, to be present, we can anchor home to that peace within ourselves. And within that peace, there's power, there's presence, there's love. Everything you need resides within you. We just need to be present. Bring one hand to your belly, followed by the other. Begin to deepen your breath. Flex your feet, slide those heels in towards the long edges. Let your knees fall off to the right. And center. And left. And center. Walk the feet in line with your glutes. And squeeze the knees into the chest, showing gratitude for the journey. Even the steps backwards are part of our dance. Helping yourself onto the right side into the fetal posture. Knees and hips are stacked, arm is long for a pillow. We'll reconnect to the opportunity to begin again as many times as we need to find self, to find peace, power, love. This is your reminder that rebirth is always happening. Transformation is always happening. Left hand plants. Help yourself up to an easy seat facing the front of the room. One leg crosses in front of the other. Hands come to heart center, thumbs to the sternum. Closing class with 3 Viloma breaths, a double inhale through the nose with a slow exhale through the pursed lips of your mouth. Begin when you're ready. Thumbs to the third eye. May your mind be clear. Thumbs to the lips. May your words be authentic. Thumbs to your heart. May your heart be open. Thank you so much for trusting me to guide you and sharing your energy with me today. The light in me bows to that light in you. Namaste.